Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Should Be Painting. Today we're going to be talking about online communities and why I love them. For those of you regular fans of this show, you know at the end I like to show off 3 featured creators, and typically those creators come from images that I see online from places like Facebook and Instagram, Reddit, and all sorts of other locations. Today I thought I would go through a few of my favorite groups and a few of my favorite reasons why I enjoy the online communities before we go into one specific story that I think is absolutely fantastic and illustrates just how wonderful an online community can be when we take a look at our 3 featured artists. Let's talk about why I like online communities. First of all, there is an online community for pretty much anything that you can think of. And for the most part, most of these places are very healthy, very awesome ways in order to get information about your favorite games, hobbies, whatever it may be. But specifically relating to tabletop miniatures or cosplay or any of the other things that you may be watching I Should Be Painting and be a fan of CGN for, online communities is a great way to not only build your knowledge base, but meet like-minded people, and most importantly, give yourself inspiration and a space to share your growth. Now, I use a variety of different platforms, and I have a couple of key pieces of advice when looking for groups online. I'm going to start out with Warhammer specifically, but honestly, this is true for any sort of subcategory, any sort of game. There are 4 major spaces that you need to think about when you're looking for online communities. Number 1 is the space that the actual game company occupies, like GamesWorkshop.com for Games Workshop products like Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, or Atomic Mass Games for getting information about Marvel Crisis Protocol, and so on and so forth. The second type are the general category groups where you can find people posting about the thing that you like in general. So again, there is a Marvel Crisis Protocol Facebook page. The third type is specific groups like Marvel Crisis Protocol Painting. Now obviously that would be a page for people to show off their painting of miniatures, to talk about how they can do things better, to get feedback and criticism on their particular work, and to just hang out with other like-minded people. And then the fourth group is your local community. That's right, there is probably a Facebook page for your local community, and I can't stress using that enough. Your local game store may have a page, or there may even be something like whatever the name of your town is, Facebook X-Wing. You'll be able to connect with your local community specifically about the games or hobbies that you enjoy. It doesn't matter if you are cosplaying or painting miniatures, checking out these 4 types of online resources are absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to take a look at some of my pages and some of the other CGN's recommended pages, and you can take it from there and figure out how to explore your hobby as effectively as possible online. So we are going to start off with that high level page. We are at the Games Workshop main page. This is where you would go to buy the newest models, pre-order the newest stuff. Similarly, Atomic Mass, of course, for Marvel Crisis Protocol, has a page where you can find that information as well. So does pretty much every single other game or hobby that you are interested in if there is something for sale. Next level down, Warhammer actually has the Warhammer community page. This is like a sneak peek, official previews, official spoilers from Warhammer. Obviously, we get a lot of information from here that we talk about on our Sunday show and in general. And hopefully everybody's familiar with this. And it's not just Warhammer and tabletop games. Pretty much any sort of hobby or collectible is going to have these type of places. The next level down is the general community page. So it will be the same on Reddit and Facebook and other social media platforms. There is going to be a general category that has lots of members. This one has 218,000 members. This one is just called All Things Warhammer. It is a Reddit page, and it is just simply that, All Things Warhammer. It is a place where you can share just the most broad questions, posts, topics relating to whatever your niche is. And you'll be able to find similar pages on things like Facebook. So this is the broad category Marvel Crisis Protocol. Next, we are going to move one level down. You should always search for whatever your specific niche is. For example, if you're a Necron player in Warhammer 40k, there is a group called Necrons. There is probably also a Reddit for Necrons. If you're a cosplayer who is specifically doing, I don't know, Ahsoka Tano, there is probably a Facebook group or a cosplay group that is specifically for Ahsoka Tano cosplayers. So whatever your niche is or whatever your specific project is, it's a really good idea to see if you can find a social media site that is specific to that subcategory of your hobby. The next level, of course, is being in touch with your local gaming community. Now that can be as broad as insert name of city here gaming, so Warhammer 40k St. Louis, for example. There are all sorts of local resources that you may not be aware of that you can find, and your local game stores probably also have a social media presence. In this particular case, we're looking at Grognard Games and Hobbies, which is one of my top go-to gaming stores in my local area, and using their Facebook page is a great way to keep in touch with not only what they have in stock, but also with our friends who hang out there. Next is the social media for the people that you are interested in that teach you about the hobby. So pro painters or pro cosplayers or podcasts. In this particular case, we are looking at the Fly Better podcast, which is an X-Wing podcast, and I really like the engagement on their Facebook page. Another thing that you can do is just do general searches, because you never know what you're going to come across. Sometimes Facebook recommends things, sometimes, you just Google search and you find things on Reddit or you find things in forums. This is a Facebook page that I didn't know about till very recently. It is Star Wars Man Caves, and it is just amazing pictures of people's Star Wars rooms and collections, and it is a really fun page to peruse, and hopefully one day I will have something worthy of posting. I mean, I don't have a Star Wars bar, that is for sure. Lastly, ask your friends, ask people at your game store, ask your community, hey, what are the pages that you follow? So some of my favorite pages for Warhammer 40k and miniatures are conversion pages. Pages where people who just take their models and convert them. You find some of the coolest and most inspiring stuff there. Sean, one of the other CGN members, really likes this Facebook private group that I had never heard of called Miniature Painting Noobs. And generally these are private groups, but it's very easy to get in. You just click join, and then they ask you a series of questions, and with short order, you will be granted access to their page. Of course, there are still forums. This forum is Daka Daka. It is one of the larger Warhammer 40k forums. The forum that I use the most is the RPF forum, and this is the costume and prop making community forum. This is one of my absolute most favorite forums, not only for just perusing and seeing all of the amazing work that people are doing, but also for finding information on how to actually complete projects. And a lot of times my Warhammer 40k projects cross over into things like building dioramas or building props or building costumes, and this is just absolutely a mecca of some of the most talented prop and costume makers in the entire world. So it really doesn't matter what sort of prop or costume or project you're working on, you can probably find some help here, and it is an amazing forum. There are also news sites like Bell of Lost Souls and other sorts of people who not only make their own content, but aggregate information relating to your hobby. Bell of Lost Souls particularly focuses on tabletop RPG and general geekery, and you can find tremendous number of articles and videos and breaking news that is really fun to see. And again, it doesn't matter, like obviously our channel is more focused on Warhammer 40k and tabletop, but it doesn't matter if you're a cosplayer, whatever it is, whatever you're working on. Book nooks, right? Like just general book nooks. You will probably be able to find a news aggregator like Bell of Lost Souls. Another fantastic resource is Discord. Now, you may be aware that Cool Guys Nation has its own Discord channel. And if you are not a member, you can join. And in our Discord channel, we have all sorts of wonderful community engagement with people sharing different things that they are doing and whatnot. But there are also Discord channels for pretty much all of these other things that we've been talking about. So for example, the new game Judgment, which has a Kickstarter that we've been really excited about, has a Discord channel. And by joining their Discord, you get access to the people who make the game and to the people who are interested in it. Your local game store might have a Discord channel. Your favorite video game might have a Discord channel. If you are not familiar with what Discord is, that's okay. Essentially, it is a messaging site that allows you to have different categories. You can follow your favorite YouTubers, you can follow your game stores, you can follow your favorite games, and sometimes these Discord channels require you to be part of something like a Patreon, but other times you can just go ahead and join them, and it is a great place to get information about your particular hobby. For example, again, Judgment. Now we're going to take a look at our 3 featured creators for this week. And we are starting out actually on the CGN Discord with a member whose name is Are You Critting Me, which I think is my favorite member name of all of the members. It just cracks me up every time I read it. He has been working on these amazing models with these particular lava bases and all of this fire. Like, it's just so cool. I asked him if it was okay for me to share some of his work, and he said that it was. So this is the type of stuff that you can check out on our CGN Discord. If you want to share your models and your hobby, whatever it is, we encourage you to come and hang out with us. It's definitely inspiring to me, and I hope that it also inspires you. So thank you, Are You Critting Me, not only for letting me share your work, but also for being part of our CGN community. So we are going on over to the Marvel Crisis Protocol page, and we are taking a look at Scott's Thor. I absolutely love this model. The idea of doing the moment when Thor is charging himself with the lightning from the heavens is absolutely awesome. It's one of my favorite lines in the MCU movies when he was like, "You are the god of lightning, not the god of hammers." It's like, duh. And one of the cool things about Marvel Crisis Protocol is that because it is a skirmish game, everybody has, the same models. There's only one Thor. So how do you set yourself apart? Well, you pick a particular moment or a particular style, and you illustrate your model in that way to represent yourself and to make your models look different. And in this particular case, doing Thor charging himself with the power of lightning is a great way to have Scott set his model apart and also make it look really badass. And he just did such a fantastic job of doing it that I thought I would share it here. And lastly, the reason why I made this entire video actually was inspired by this post right here. We are on the Star Wars Cosplayers Facebook page. Now, this is a page that I like a lot because I do Star Wars cosplay. Particularly, I work on my own specific Sith sort of costume that's like dark purple with a purple lightsaber, and I've been working on it for a while during the past year, adding little, accoutrements to it. And I love the community of the Star Wars cosplayers. In fact, pretty much any online community that I'm involved in is a non-toxic community. It is a positive community. And there is so much negativity out there about what happens online and in all these forums, and you see all this crazy stuff on the news, that it's posts like this that really need to be emphasized. So I spoke with Alex, and she said that it was okay for me to share this. She posted in Star Wars Cosplayers, "I hate to ask, but would anyone mind lighting up my saber for me with an edit?" And she posted these absolutely great photographs of her on site with a lightsaber and just wanting some really cool edits. And what she got was an amazing response from so many members of the community who made these absolutely incredible edits of her photograph. They're not getting paid to do this. They're just doing it because another person asked and because they have the skills to do it. And at the end of the day, it made everybody happy. And it's just really cool to go through all of these different pictures and see how many people responded and actually made her some photographs. So this is the type of thing that I'm talking about. Finding a great online forum for you to participate in relating to your hobby, whether it's miniatures or cosplay or gardening or sewing. Doesn't matter what it is. Finding really great communities is absolutely awesome, and being able to have engagement like this where somebody posts a picture and then asks the community for help, and what they get back are these amazing edits in order to take their project to the next level is exactly the type of place that you want to be in. And I have seen this time and time again in Warhammer forums, in Marvel Crisis Protocol forums, in X-Wings forums, and cosplay forums. It doesn't matter. If you find a good online community, you are going to have a positive and enriching experience. And thank you so much, Alex, for letting me share not only your original photos, but also the different things that people were able to do with it upon your request. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this clears up some of the mystery of where I find my featured creators and how I integrate the online communities into my life and into my hobbies. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that it's inspiring. I hope that I showed you something that you weren't familiar with, and I hope that you check out different places where you can not only share, but also learn about your passion, whatever that may be. And as always, this is Aaron from CGN, and we'll see you on the table.